It's your idea.
Your evening.
Staff perks.
Staff outing.
Can't be bad.
Don't know where I'm going to take you yet.
Well, it don't matter. Knowing you, it won't be tat any road. So long as there's candles on table, I'm happy.
That all it takes.
And a bottle of wine.
You're right. There's nothing that candlelight and wine doesn't improve.
Especially me.
I don't know. Not much wrong from where I'm sitting.
Well, spread the word round when you go back home.
Home?
Down south. Tell them it's not all clogs and shawls north of Watford.
I'll tell you. If those mill girls had gone to work looking like you, they've got a lot better deal.
How better?
Tell you that when you're 21.
I can't wait that long.
Bye-bye now.
See you, darling.
But what exactly happens at an inquest? Have you ever been to one, Alf?
Thankfully, no.
I mean, in your official capacity.
Well, it's got nothing to do with council. And I've never been asked to sit on a jury.
Ernest was once. A policeman just stopped him in the street and asked him.
Well, it's more or less what it says, you know. They're going to the whys and wherefores if there's any suspicious circumstances.
Well, there was nothing suspicious about poor Janet's death.
No, but it wasn't a natural death, was it?
Did they go into everything? I mean, the marriage and all that?
Well, if they think it has any bearing, they will.
Oh, poor Ken.
Morning.
Morning, Hilda. Is that all, Mrs. Bishop?
Yes, I think so.
That's 170, please.
It's the inquest on Janet Barlow today, you know.
Yes, we do know.
I wonder what the verdict will be.
Well, there can't be much doubt about it, can there? She took an overdose.
Oh, it's not that simple.
It's exactly that simple, Mrs. Ogden. It's that simple and that tragic. It doesn't take dramatics to end a life, just a bottle of pills and a glass of water. The drama all came before.
Oh, don't upset yourself, love. There's not much point now.
Well, see, I'm not saying that the girls are lazy. It's more that they're sort of...
Slipshod.
That's sloppy.
Yeah, and last week you were saying how good they were.
Well, they are on the whole.
Yeah, and you said that was thanks to me.
Again, it is.
So if they're sloppy now, that's also thanks to me.
That's right. That's why I've got you in here instead of them. That's why I pay you more than them. Taking the credit's one of the perks of responsibility. And so is taking the blame.
Oh, some perks.
Well, I'm not saying they're hopeless. I'm not saying that you don't get the best out of them. But they are inclined to slacken off. Concentration goes, and with it, efficiency and quality.
You're not expecting 100% perfection, are you?
Well, why not? If I expect that, I might get 90%. If I expect 90, I'm lucky if I get 75.
I should have tried that with the fellas.
What? Expect 100%?
Oh, no, with fellas you only expect 50%. You're lucky if you get 25.
Answer that, Alfred.
Hello, Mr. Baldwin's office.
Yeah, now look. Look at these buttonholes. You see what I mean?
Yeah, yes, it's here. Hang on a minute.
Look at that stitching. I could do better than that. Never even worked a machine. Hello, Baldwin. Anne? Well, where? Piccadilly? Well, which Piccadilly? Oh. Thanks a lot, Else.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Now, don't get a taxi. Go in the buffet, have a cup of coffee, and I'll nip down and take you to lunch. How's that grab you? Oh, about, what, half an hour? Okay. Right. Great.
Chin up, Ken. Soon be over.
Yeah.
Then you can put it all behind you and just carry on living your life. Because there's no else you can do. Promise?
I'll try.
Oh, you don't try with her, you know. When she gives her orders, everybody jumps.
You don't.
I do when you're right. And this time, she's right.
I know.
Ken, stop tearing yourself apart. Hey, are you taking him for a drop of something to stiffen him up first?
That's not a bad idea. We got 10 minutes in.
No, thanks, but no.
Oh, I don't mean get paralytic. One scotch to get you through a difficult time. Won't do you any harm.
And you will get through it.
With a little help from my friends, as the song says.
Hey, Ken, we've all had our share of nightmares. We're all the walking wounded. Just that some of us got more wounded than others.
Are you going to join us in one then, Ginger?
No, I'll get back to shop. Poor Mavis biced heads off old jelly babies.
Anyway, thanks, both of you.
Forget it. We're a team, us walking wounded.
Oh, you know, when our Irma's David were killed and the baby, us first grandson, me and Stan's like, I thought the whole world had stopped turning. We never even seen him, you know. Never seen him. But, well, I mean, I know Janet weren't much liked as a person, and she never treated Ken all that well. But what I mean is, when all's said and done, she were only a young woman. Had all her life before her. Never even had a baby or anything. Oh, I think I'll just go home and put kettle on.
Oh, hello. Whose wake is it? Or are you all waiting for someone to buy the next round? Well, what's wrong?
It's the inquest on Janet Barlow today.
Oh, sorry, bad joke. Can I have a word with you, Bet?
Yeah, sure. Excuse me. What's up? Have they run out of vintage champagne or something?
Hey?
This posh restaurant you're taking me to tonight. Staff's night out, remember, Bet's perks. Never mind, any sparkling wine will do. I'll not know the difference. I'm not half as sophisticated as I crack on.
Sorry, darling, it's off.
Yeah?
I've got an unexpected visitor.
Your wife?
2 out of 2.
It's not, is it?
It is.
Still, who else would you ditch me for?
Look, I didn't know she was coming. She phoned me up 10 minutes ago. She wants me to pick her up at Piccadilly Station.
You'd better get your skates on then, aren't you?
Didn't expect Anne to come swanning up here, did I? But she has, and now we've got to be sensible and cope with the situation.
Right. What do I do? Borrow Elder Ogden's rollers and make like I'm the char?
Clear off, love.
I hope I didn't hear what you just said.
Well, what am I supposed to do? She's bound to want to see me country cottage. She does know I've got a place up here.
But not an housekeeper. I'm one mod con you've not mentioned.
Look, she may be that tolerant, but no wife's that bloody tolerant.
So I'm the one who's got to be all sweetness and light and understanding.
You're being unreasonable, Bet. You know that.
How long's she stopping?
Only today. I'll put her on the last train back.
Then we pick up where we left off.
Goes without saying, doesn't it?
How long have I got?
Well, I'll take her to lunch, give her a quick tour around, say what, 2 o'clock?
I've got to shift all my stuff in that time.
Well, there's not much there, is there?
Well, there's enough. And it's not the big things, it's the little things that get left and give the game away. Like me hair lacquer in bathroom, the hand cream outside at kitchen sink. Where the hell am I going to put that lot?
Well, put them in a couple of suitcases and stick them under the spare bed. She's not going to go around opening things, she just wants a quick tour around.
And she don't suspect nothing?
No, why should she?
She's married to you, isn't she? Mrs. Walker, something urgent's cropped up. Would it be all right if I took an hour off? I'll be back as quick as I can and I'll work tonight instead.
Thought you and Buggerlugs were going out painting the town red.
No, change of plan.
Very well, dear, but don't belong.
Path of true love getting a little bumpy, would you think?
Seems so.
I just hope he gets a sympathetic coroner.
How do you mean sympathetic?
Well, I'm only quoting Len. According to him, some of them can be right monsters. Say what they like, get away with it.
Blame Ken, you mean?
Destroy him if they feel like it, and in public.
But it weren't his fault. I mean, she left him long ago.
Listen, love, you're not a coroner. I'm not a coroner.
Sorry, can I just push in?
Oh.
I'll kill you. Forget to remind me to get some ham for my husband's dinner.
How did I know he wanted ham?
Because you're the grocer.
There's no answer to that.
So get us a slice, will you? Fairly thick.
How's Tracy?
Seems to have gone off her milk. I think you were watching me scoff at in a rice pudding. It's give her ideas.
Please, start worrying when she changes from milk to booze.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you did that when you were about 9 years old, didn't you, kid?
8, actually. I was very advanced. Any news of your mother, love?
Yeah, there should be a wedding sometime in summer.
Oh, that's exciting.
Is it? It doesn't turn me on. Now, you give me a dry baby that doesn't need feeding and croons instead of yelling, that really would get me going.
Just 50, love, thanks.
Thanks a lot.
So,
Ta-ra.
See ya.
there's no romance in this younger generation, is there?
Now, don't start on that again. Every time I come here, she starts on the same subject. Flaming fellas.
I know.
Here we are. All right, give us your coat, then.
That was a smashing lunch, Mike.
Oh, well, we don't just live off fish and chips out of newspaper up here, the nose lass.
Bet there's not a lot you go short of.
Yeah, well, it's not like home, is it?
Well, I'll believe that when I see it. When am I getting the conducted tour?
Right now. Now, it's not a very big factory.
Hey, not the factory. Your pad, your little house. I'm dying to see what sort of a mess you've made of it.
Why should I have made a mess?
All on your little own, you say you did it? You're not the domesticated type, darling. At least not in my experience.
Oh, well, I did have some help from the blokes that did the conversion.
Blokes?
Yeah, blokes. Big, hairy-chested builders.
I'll believe you, thousands wouldn't. Come on, then, let's see your empire.
Right.
God, what an ordeal that was.
Oh, well, it's all over now.
I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't prepared for anything like that.
I don't suppose anyone ever is.
The only I kept thinking all the time he was talking, what a waste. What a waste.
Waste of time.
No, Janet. She was no fool, you know. Could have made it. She had a lot going for her. If only she could have hung on.
I suppose there gets to be a point when he just can't, eh?
Yeah.
Anyway, home James, eh?
What do you think?
I think it's very nice. Very sweet.
I like it.
Well, who wouldn't? I mean, the kitchen's very swish, very up-to-date. Not to mention the bedrooms.
Well, I can't take the credit for the kitchen. The blokes that did the conversion helped me with that.
Lucky you. Seems bigger than I expected, somehow. Who looks after it for you?
Well, I've got a woman that comes in, naturally.
Right, love, I'm not asking questions. I don't expect you to live like a monk up here all week on your own.
Come on, the way I graft, there's hardly any time left for the social bit.
I don't grudge you the social bit, love. I'm not possessive, you know that.
Yeah. That's why we lasted.
I do expect honesty.
How'd you get it?
I hope so.
Of course you do. Right, come on then. Tour over.
Where are we going?
Well, there's some decent shops in town, and if you ask me nicely, I might buy you a little present.
Oh, Mike, love, I've not come all this way for a present. I want to see a bit of local colour. Why don't we go for a drink to that little pub on the corner, for instance?
Well, it's very, basic.
All the better. Do you go in there?
Yeah, I mean, it's convenient.
Oh, what's good enough for you is good enough for me. Be a change from those trendy wine bars.
Ah, so that's how you spend your time when I'm not there, is it? In wine bars?
But of course. Now show me how you spend your time when I'm not here.
Well, look, it's nearly closing time now, so I'll tell you what we do. Go into town, do a bit of shopping, then if you've got any time left before you catch your train, we come here so that you can have a quick one, see how the other half lives. If that's what you want.
Fine. And give us a kiss, which you haven't done yet. Miss me, do you, when you're up here all on your own?
Now, what do you think?
Suicide.
All official.
Well, you didn't really expect anything else, really, did you?
Well, Alf said it could have been accidental death.
Well, what difference does it make? I mean, the verdict's just words, isn't it? Suicide or accidental death, she's still dead.
I'll put kettle on. Have we got something stronger?
No, coffee will do. I don't want to lean on alcohol like a blasted crash to see me through. I'm pathetic enough without that.
Hey, if you're going to start talking rubbish, I'm not stopping.
Just that I feel so sorry for her.
Ken, we all feel sorry. For her, for you, for what happened. Hey, how about a cup of tea, eh?
You make a couple of rounds of toast and all. He's had out to eat all day.
Will do. And I'll poach you a couple of eggs. Then I suggest we clear off and let him have a quiet night.
Yeah. After a good sleep, things will look better.
Even me.
And speaking of women...
now, Ken.
I was going to say, speaking of women, pretty decent bird, this one.
She's not bad as birds go.
Bird? But listen, I'm going to poach a couple of eggs, not lay them.
You all right?
Not really.
Well, what else did he say?
In what respect?
Well, he did just say suicide and naught else. They always pass comments.
Yeah, like somebody else we know. If passing comment was the only qualification, Hilda, you'd make the champion flaming coroner of all time.
Oh, aye. I suppose you've never shown no interest at all, then. Suppose it's never even been mentioned in that gossip shop where you work.
We've all talked about it. I'm not saying that we haven't. But it's over now. I'm only telling you what Len told me, that the verdict was suicide. I don't know. And if you want the sordid details, you can read them in Gazette tomorrow. Now, for the umpteenth time, can we change subject?
Oh, you're right. I mean, tragedy's only part of life. There are the cheerful things as well.
Hardly. Name one. Tracy Langton.
She's a right little love. Yes, well, I don't think babies was exactly what Madam had in mind, love.
I know what will give me a lift at the moment, and it's not Happy Nappy Talk. Hey, and it's not that either.
What never fails to give me a boost is spending more than I can afford on an outfit I don't need. Makes me feel delightfully wicked.
Oh, yes, it's the same with me, love. Only with me it's not hats, it's meat and potato pies.
I'd like to be took away for the weekend to a nice little hotel. Needn't be posh, needn't be nowhere exotic, but not a bed and breakfast boarding house, you know. Although we've not even done that for a few years. No, a proper hotel where you get waited on and have your meals nicely served and put down in front of you. And you don't have no worrying to do about what to get for your tea or the washing up. Just live like a lady for a few days. That's what I'd like.
Do you know, I'd like to see one of these fabulous shows, them smashing American musicals they used to make. Oh, they really took you out of yourself, them did. All that singing, dancing and colour. I saw them all, you know, when they came on tour. Oklahoma, Carousel, Guys and Dolls. Oh, and how did get your gun?
Have you got your gun yet, Bet, or do you prefer to strangle him?
Who she wants to strangle?
You for practice, Hilda. Then after that, there's a whole flaming queue.
Oh, well, she can't say she didn't know what she was getting into. All of us warned her.
Hey, what's going on?
Don't ask me.
Oh, shut up, Hilda.
Well, if we push it, you'll get the 12 minutes past 7. The last train leaves an hour later, but it doesn't get into use until 11:35. So you wouldn't be home till after midnight. How long did your mother say she'd stay?
Look, she's happy enough. I'm not rushing, I'm exhausted. I'll get the later one. I want that drink you promised me.
Drink?
At that pub on the corner. Don't you want me to go in there or something? Might I meet somebody I'm not supposed to?
No, of course not.
They've got a team of topless go-go dancers.
7 to be precise. They're all mad about me. That's why I always come home worn out.
That's true. Well, are we going?
Well, you miss your train.
So, I missed my train.
Yeah, he'll be all right. He just needs leaving alone for a bit, that's all.
Yeah, which doesn't mean treat him like he's got the plague or something. Just act normal. Or in some cases, don't act normal.
Look, I certainly shan't go pestering him. I'm very fond of Kenneth. I have got feelings too, you know, although the way you lot go on, nobody'd think it.
Mrs. Ogden's here, we're all a bit touchy at the moment. Now, I know that Len and Rita, they've been very involved with poor Kenneth. But I'm sure they can trust us all to use our texts and discretion.
Yeah, well, the only reason I let a lot of insults pass is because I don't like trouble.
Never trouble till trouble troubles you. It only doubles trouble, and trouble's...
Is that her?
Elizabeth, go into the living room and try and persuade Bet to stay there a little longer. Get her to make a cup of tea or something. Now, be tactful, dear.
Sorry, Mrs. Walker. I don't agree with that. I mean, why should our poor Bet have to skulk off? If he's brazen enough to bring his missus in it, let him smooth things out.
Hey, is that his wife? Is that my Baldwin's wife?
Betty, could I have a whiskey and dry and a whiskey and water, please?
Certainly.
Hello again.
Still here, then?
And enjoying every minute of it.
She's hooked on northern pubs.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've had the pleasure.
Oh, Mrs. Ogden, darling. Linchpin of the community. Right, Mrs. Ogden?
Oh, well, very nice of you to say so, I'm sure. How do you do, Mrs. Baldwin?
How do you do? That was a nice cup of tea, Mrs. Walker. I needed that. I've just brewed a fresh pot if you or Betty feel like taking 5.
You all right, love?
Me? I'm sensational, as always. Right. Now, who wants what, and don't all shout at once.
I'm glad you said that, darling. Nobody else seems to be bothering.
Right.
Very smart looking, isn't she? How old would you say she was? About 30, 31 at most.
Don't you think she looks hard-faced?
Ah, well, that's obviously his type.
I forgot the water.
Water, yes, sir.
Look, I'm sorry about this, but there's nothing I can do.
Isn't there?
There's a complication.
What complication?
She's decided to stay.
Stay where?
In my house, obviously.
My house?
My house, Bet. I can hardly suggest she books into a hotel, can I?
For how long?
A couple of days. Her mother will look after the kids. She just fancies the idea.
Does she? And where am I supposed to go?
Anywhere you like, as long as you make yourself scarce. Got plenty of friends. You'll cope. Look, I'm sorry, I can't talk about it now, not with her sitting there. There's not much I can do about it now.
Why can't you take her to a posh hotel for a couple of nights? Give her a treat.
She wouldn't wear it, love. We just have to vacate the premises till she moves back to London.
I see. There's nought I can do about it, is there? You just sling me out, and you can't even talk to me about it in case your wife misses you for half a minute. Oh, I know. I'm being a pain, getting above myself, wanting to be treated like a human being. You did say you wanted water with your whiskey, did you, sir?
What was all that about?
Eh? What?
Friendly Northern Barwade?
Oh, Bet. Well, you know what it's like. Tend to keep the change once or twice. Next thing you know, you got their life story.
I'd have thought in her case it wouldn't bear repeating.
Oh, Bet? Nah, she's a nice girl, is Bet.
A girl? Not for a long time, love.
Well, she's had a very tough time, is Bet. She's had a very hard life one way and another.
All right, she's lovely. If you like bottle blondes.
Should I?
No, but I've got a council report in it. I can't make head or tail of. I thought Fairclough might be able to explain it to me.
Well, if you're really looking for Fairclough, I think you'll find him round at Ken's doing his good neighbour act. I think he was a bit worried that Ken might do a giant if he was left too much on his own.
Rubbish. Ken's the last sort of person to...
Have you ever sat to an inquest on somebody that you've been married to?
No. Oh, I was forgetting you
Yes,
have.
well, it was a long time ago, but you don't get over it. Well, it sounds like a right as your father to me. Who does he think you are to be kicked out of your own home just like that?
Exactly.
Well, look, I can put you up in the back bedroom of my house if you like.
What, and have you saying I told you so, and what did you expect every 5 minutes?
Oh, I wouldn't.
But you'd be thinking it then, right?
Well, the offer's there, love.
I know, and I appreciate it, Betty, honestly.
Hey, whoa, no, that's more than enough. I thought I was going to have a quiet night.
Get it down here. Well, you can be too quiet, can it?
Len?
Yeah.
No way. Not me. I'm not the type. I prefer to live and suffer. Sometimes I think I must actually like suffering.
I don't know what you're talking about. I wonder where Rita's got to.
Well, she's coming too.
Yeah, she said she was going to cook us a meal.
Well, I've got some good friends, that's for sure. You know, I always had an idea that Janet was neurotic. Well, in fact, she was neurotic. But she hid it. Concealed it very successfully. Except when she lost her temper. And she wasn't like other people. She'd go into a sort of white rage. She'd be possessed with it for days. And she wouldn't say. I mean, if I'd done something wrong, she never said. It was like that when she killed herself. I never dreamt.
You weren't to know?
I mean, if there is such a thing as a suicidal type, I wouldn't have put Janet in that category. Neurotic? Yes. Unstable, possibly. Well, unstable, certainly. But as for actually wanting to die...
It's her life.
I don't even know she did want to die. A lot of people take an overdose as a way of saying, please help me. Maybe it was the only way she knew to get through to me.
Only one thing you can do now, let's forget it. Honestly.
Hi. Sorry I took ages. Queue at that shop a mile long. Now, wouldn't you think folk could get the shopping done before now? I've got you a frozen lasagna, because it's easy. That do you?
Fine, fine.
Green beans, grilled tomatoes.
Oh, she got it all worked out, hasn't she?
Don't you kid yourself. You've heard that song, Smile When Your Heart Is Breaking. She's had her share of that.
Yeah, not me. Barlow the introvert.
Getting your eye full, are you, Hilda?
Where's she stopping then? Number 5. All going to be under the same roof, are you?
Yeah, why not? Could be interesting, that, eh?
You're not.
Yourself.
It's all right, I mean, no, you see, they get the plywood and bend it up, and then they put the following around.
Excuse me?
Oh, do us a favour, would you? Could we have the same again?
Certainly, Mr. Baldwin. Aren't you going to introduce me to your wife?
Eh? Oh, yeah. And this is Bet Lynch.
How do you do? Fine, Tar. Have you been up here before?
No, never. It's very different, isn't it?
Different to what?
Well, different from London.
Oh, aye. Back in a jiffy cup.
Didn't really want another drink.
Oh, you might as well. I've got to pop across the road for 5 minutes. I've got to find a fella in Leeds.
Well, can't it wait till tomorrow?
No, darling, he's a rep. He's on the road all day, so I'll phone him at home in the evening. Look, you look after the drinks, and then we'll pop out for a nice meal somewhere, eh?
Well, 5 minutes and no longer. This place is beginning to fall a bit.
That's for the drinks.
Is he coming back?
What do you think? Keep the change.
Thanks.
I like your perfume.
Thanks very much.
I never wear it myself. I find it tends to cling to everything. Clothes and furniture and so on.
Probably. That's why it's called Forever.
Mm. Is that about right for Mike, do you know?
A bit more.
You do your job well, don't you? Tell you something else that clings to everything. Long blonde hairs.
Are you trying to say something?
I'm not stupid, you know. I knew Mike had got somebody up here. It is you, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh, come on, sweetie.
I don't know what to say.
I shouldn't say anything. Let Mike do all the talking. I mean, I should go and sit down and have a nice drink if I were you. You've gone a bit pale.
How's baby Tracy tonight?
Oh, smashing. No, she's very good, you know. She hardly cries at all. Mind you, when she does cry, I always pick her up. I know in books it says you shouldn't.
Oh, you can go daft following the advice in books. He'll tell you different anyway. It's your baby. You take the notice.
Andre's, remember? Mind you, he's got some right funny ideas about bringing kids up. He wants to take her to Bath, chuck her at deep end.
Come again?
Well, they do it at South Sea Islands. As soon as they're born, they bung them in sea and they learn to swim straight off. It's instinctive at that age.
Hey, you're not going to do that with Tracy, are you?
Not while I'm her mother. No, he's very good with her. You should see him. He gets her bottle, and then he gets his bottle, and he sits there singing away to her. Some of the songs are a bit dodgy, but I don't suppose Tracy's bothered. See ya.
Hello.
Can you do me a favour, Renee?
I'll try.
Is there any chance of me stopping in that flat of yours for a couple of nights? If there's not, it don't matter. Something's come up, I think is the expression.
Yes, of course you can, love. Whatever's happened?
In a nutshell, Mrs. Baldwin's turned up.
She has.
Look, I'm on about Bet, right? And Mike Baldwin, and that lady over there who just happens to be his wife. Now, Bet told me in confidence, well, not exactly in confidence, but sort of private like, that they're all three going to be spending the night under the same roof. What do you make of it?
I don't make anything of it.
Why not?
Because Bet's moving out of number 5, that's why not. And I don't see what it's got to do with you in the first place.
You sure about that?
I'm positive, Hilda.
Oh, yeah, well, just my little joke. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra. Did you get fixed up, lovey?
Yeah, I can stay at Rena's for a couple of nights. Betty, you don't mind me not coming in with you, do you?
No, not at all. Sure she knows about you and Mike.
Oh, yeah. She more or less came straight out with it and said so, yeah.
What did she say?
Well, she said, are you Mike's girlfriend? I could hardly say no, could I? But she seemed so flaming cool about it. As though she thought the whole thing were funny. I mean, I've had my face slapped by women in my time. I've even had some of my hair pulled out. But I've never had one who said, so you're his bit of fluff, and just sat there.
Well, perhaps it's one of them trendy marriages. You know, you go your way, I'll go mine. Full of understanding, you know.
I just think she's a very cool customer.
Right. I hope.
Can I have a word, love?
Yes.
Is Mike coming back for that drink, or isn't he?
I've no idea.
Well, what did he say to you just now?
When?
I'm not an idiot. I mean, he slips out with some excuse about making a phone call. And a couple of minutes later, you slip out as well. Now, I don't know what you've been cooking up, but I would like to know if he's going to come back and face the music, or whether I've got to go looking for him.
Look, Mrs. Baldwin, I have no idea where your husband is, and I certainly didn't go out to meet him just now. Well, what's so flaming funny?
What did you just say? My husband? You've got to be joking. Is that what he told you? That... My God, he's a cunning...
Are you trying to tell me that you're not married? You're not his wife?
I'm in the same boat as you are, my love. A friend, companion, mistress, housekeeper. Everything except wife.
But the kids, what about his kids?
Not his, they're mine. The kids were on the scene a long time before Mike appeared. He's like a father to them, sort of. But he's not their dad.
All this time he's been laughing himself sick telling me he's married. Oh, my God.
I'll tell him what you think of him, shall I?
No. You tell him what you think of him. I'll tell him what I think of him later.
Be my guest.
Oh, Luke, your cover's come off. Let your mum put it back on for you and you won't catch cold. That's a good girl. Oh, no, don't suck your mitten. Oh, nasty. Take it out. There's a good girl. Hello. You're an early bird.
Yeah, I can't stop. I've got this worm to catch.
Oh, well, I hope you don't mind me mentioning it, but you've got lipstick on your teeth.
Have I?
Sam. All right. Yeah. No, I just thought I'd mention it in case you wanted to make a strong impression on this particular worm.
I don't know about strong impression, love. Strong impact, more like.
Sounds fascinating. Don't eat your mittens. I've told you once.
Hiya. Hey, sorry I'm late. 2 of my lads didn't turn up. Anyway, worth waiting for. Read all about it.
About what?
It's all in there. Inquest on Janet Barlow. Says Ken wasn't to blame. I mean, I know we know that, but it's nice for him to see it in print. See you anyway.
Okay.
Trollo. Not that one, Hilda. Weatherfield Gazette, page 7.
Oh.
Catching up on world events, Hilda?
No, I'm looking for this report on the Inquisition.
Inquest. Ken's wife. It's all in the papers this morning.
Oh, come on then. Let's all have a cheap thrill.
Look, do you mind? It's just friendly concern, is this? Nothing more, nothing less. All right, here we are. Here it is. Our wife killed herself
with a drug overdose while her husband was in the house, a Weatherfield inquest was told yesterday. Mrs. Janet Barlow, aged 34, was found dead by her husband Kenneth at his home in Coronation Street, Weatherfield, when he went to take her a morning cup of tea. Mr. Barlow told the coroner that he and his wife had been living apart, but she had been staying with him at the time of her death. The pathologist, Mr. Howard Coates, said that his post-mortem examination showed that Mrs. Barlow had swallowed a considerable quantity of
Oh, come here. Where is it?
Now, look.
Oh, barbiturate. It's like a sleeping pill, you know.
What did Judge have to say?
They don't have judges at inquests.
Oh, all right, coroner, whatever he is.
The coroner, Dr. George Armstrong, said Mrs. Barlow was clearly a lonely and unhappy woman, but it is equally clear that no one realised the extent of her depression.
Well, I don't see as that takes any of the blame off Ken. I mean, that's as good as saying Ken should have cottoned down.
Shut your face, Hilda. What else, Betty?
Mr. Barlow has no reason to reproach himself. Before the night of his wife's death, he had not seen her for several months, and he was in no position to judge her state of mind. He had no idea that his wife had sleeping tablets in her possession, and she apparently gave no warning of her intention to take an overdose. Verdict suicide.
Well, the balance of the mind was disturbed.
Don't say that, eh?
Oh, that's what they always do say, though, isn't it? And who disturbed it, eh? Balance of her mind.
You're disturbing the balance of my mind, Hilda. The cabaret's over now, love, so go on, get on with your cleaning.
Feeling any better?
Not a lot.
I thought I was back in favour.
Look, you can tell Bet, whatever her name is, that she can pack her bags and shove off. Then I might just forgive you. I'll think about it. Oh, this place still reeks of her scent.
It shouldn't do. Got rid of half a can of air freshener in here last night.
It serves you right. When are you going to tell her?
In my own time. I want to let down gently. I don't want to hurt.
Don't let her talk you into anything.
Don't trust me very much, do you?
Mike, is it surprising? Look, when we agreed not to live in each other's pockets, I didn't mean you could go setting up another house on the side.
Well, it just sort of happened, that's all.
I mean, I don't expect you never to look at another woman. I know you like women. I don't blame you. But what I can't accept is all the lies and deceptions and just using people as though they've been put on this earth for your convenience. And that's what you're doing with Bet.
No. No, I'm very fond of Bet. I'd never have shacked up with her if I wasn't. No, I'm not going to pretend that she's the love of my life either. I had to tell her I was married. Leave all that breeziness, she's a very lonely woman. Well, I could see a mile off that all she wanted was a husband to make an honest woman of her, but it wasn't going to be me. Not if I could help it. So she's had a boyfriend. A nice house that she could do up the way she wanted. A few new clothes, a few laughs. That's what it's all about.
But now it's over.
Now it's over.
Because I'm telling you, Mike, it's her or me.
Yeah. Well, the first order you can have tomorrow. Come in. Yeah, what I'm telling you. Right. The extra shirts. Yeah, no way. Well, if you want to try elsewhere, you're quite welcome to try elsewhere. Well, I don't know, about a week to 10 days. Right. Okay. Told him that last week. If he'd have made a firm order, he'd have had them by now. It's typical, that. Hello, Ben.
Are you listening now?
Yeah, but I'm a bit busy. I've got a few things on, yeah.
You are a lousy, stinking rat, Baldwin. I've met a lot of rats in my life. In fact, I spend my time waiting for the next rat to come out of the next sewer. But you are the biggest, dirtiest rat to date.
Is that it?
It just about sums up the way I feel, yes.
You know your trouble, don't you, Ben? You like rats. If you didn't like rats, you wouldn't be interested in me. No, you'd be going out with some nice fella. Take you to the cinema, hold your hand. Wouldn't upset you, wouldn't break your heart. But you're not interested. Do you know why? I'll tell you. I'll tell you what turned you on about me, shall I? I was a gamble. You didn't know if I was going to meet you when I said I'd meet you. You didn't even know if I'd turn up at all. You didn't know if we had a future together. You weren't all that bothered, really. Do you know why? Because you had a bit of cash being spent on you. Flashy bloke to go around with. That's all you wanted. That's all any of them ever want, come to think of it.
You're so wrong.
No. I don't think so.
I knew I couldn't have love, Mike. But I was ready to settle for honesty. Why? Why did you have to tell me you were married? To stop me getting ideas, was that it?
Some women do get ideas.
You know, you make me sick.
I'm sorry. But you went into it with your eyes open.
It's true. But I might as well have been blind.
Ah, well, that's the way it goes, isn't it? You win a few, you lose a few. Do you know what I mean?
You know, it really is too bad of Bet disappearing again like this.
Yeah, well, it was rather important, Mrs. Walker, what she got to sort out.
I know. And of course, it's most unfortunate Mrs. Baldwin turning up like this. It was bound to happen sooner or later, and Bet should have considered it in the first place. All the same, I suppose it's not one's place to make judgments in these matters.
No, Mrs. Walker.
Still, I do think that Bet could organise herself a little better.
If that's who I think it is, you better nip upstairs. It could be embarrassing.
Not for me.
Oh, come on, please.
Well, remember, it's her or me, all right?
All right. I'm not going to just chuck her in the gutter. She does live here, you know.
Not anymore, Mike.
Is it convenient for me to find out if I've still got a roof over my head? I can come back later if you'd rather.
Now, is this going to be a reasonable discussion, or is it going to be another slanging match?
I'm trying to be reasonable. Although God knows I've got every reason to smash your lousy face in.
You know, I didn't think you'd take it as hard as you have done. I mean, you're tough, you know the score. So how come all the squawking?
I hoped. What else do you think keeps people like me going? We hope. We hope that one day we'll meet somebody who won't lie and cheat and pretend that they care when all they really want's a willing tart. I've been kicked in the teeth often enough. That doesn't come as a surprise. But it doesn't stop it hurting.
I never meant to hurt you, Ben. Just seemed the easiest way to arrange things.
Never meant to hurt me? What the hell did you think you were doing?
Oh, well, you know, I mean, we had a good time. You know the score. Anyway, I've been with Anne for a long time now. You wouldn't trust me anymore, would you?
You're so cheap, Mike. So flaming cheap.
I'm going to London with Anne for a while. When I get back, I want you out of here. And all your gear, understand?
Oh, no, love. You don't get rid of me as easily as all that. I live here.
I mean it, Bet. Anne, come on, we're going.